Hello, welcome to another edition of DBE TV News. You can watch this bulletin on the DBE TV News YouTube channel, the Department of Basic Education's YouTube channel, and on OpenView channel 122. I am Tsehohajo Moagi. In our top stories, Matric learners in the Free State receive a special prayer service in Parys. Provincial Education Departments ready to administer the 2024 Matric exams. Handwashing Day commemorated in Pretoria. And DBE officials crisscrossed the country to give workshops on the implementation of the BELA Act. Pastors from the Free State town of Parys abandoned normal church services and instead arranged a special prayer session for the Matric trials of 2024. Education MEC Dr. Mamiki Mabuya encouraged the candidates to remember that they have made it this far because of hard work and resilience. She was speaking during the special prayer service. The MEC was joined by the Premier Maqueen Letsoha Mataye, Basic Education spokesperson Elijah Mhlanga, and religious leaders from various churches. Dr. Mabuya reminded learners not to procrastinate and told them they are destined for success and the future is in their hands.
Today is not just about a call to faith, but also a reminder of the power of community, unity, and belief in the success of our children. As we gather here, we lift our learners in prayer, knowing that their future is guided by both hard work and divine grace. Bana ha ke bua le bona mo primary ke ba hlaloseditse hore hlahlobo ha se loto. Ha se loto, ha se national lottery. Ha mo ko hlahlobong ha re bui ka luck. Sempa fela ile o tlwaela re ne re good luck. Ha re good luck re ne re fela pene telle. But mosebetsi wona o bo o yentswe. Re entse very clear le mona ka sheko le di bui tse fitile mona pele ho nna di se di hlalositse hore ha hona kgomo ya boroko. Ha hona mokete o tla bitswa o tlotla o tlutluwa hore o robetse o feta batho ba bang. That's what it means.
She added that as a province they believe in the learners and that they are able to keep the Free State results at the top of the country.
As our matriculants prepare to write their final exams, they face what may seem like a mountain before them, but we are reminded in the scriptures that mountains can be moved through faith and effort. Not only through faith and effort. As we reflect on the purpose of this prayer session, we are reminded of the words of Jeremiah 29 verse 11, where the Lord declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." These words are not only a promise, but a powerful reminder that each one of our learners has a purpose and their hard work will lead them towards a future filled with hope and possibility. To our beloved matriculants, as you prepare to sit for your exams, I want you to know that we, as your leaders, parents, educators, and community, we strongly believe in you.
Premier Maqueen Letsoho Mataye said the learners must believe in themselves in order to prosper.
La re ka bara re tlo rapela. Ha ona thapelo e ka thusang motho a senang tshepo yena. Hobane ho thwe le Modimo o re ha o dumela ho yena tsohle di tla etsahala, di tla phethahala.
She continued to urge the class of 2024 not to cheat in the exams, as this will have dire consequences on their lives.
In a few days, you and many others across our province will sit down for your final year-end examinations. Yours is a difficult task. Not only you'll be readying yourselves for a life post-matric, but you have an inevitable task of maintaining the standards set by your predecessors who for the past 5 consecutive years have ensured that the Free State Province was the best performing in the country.
Quality assurer Umalusi says despite some concerns, they are confident the 2024 National Senior Certificate exams can go ahead. The council briefed media on the state of readiness for the writing of the exams as assessed by various bodies. During the briefing, Umalusi raised concerns about the lack of staff in the Department of Basic Education and said contingency measures are in place to deal with this matter.
Let me go to the first focus area, which is management of resources. With this focus area, Umalusi observed a prevalent shortage of staff across the 9 provinces, which remains an issue requiring a sustainable solution from the department. However, contingency measures are in place to mitigate this risk. For the DHET, IB, and Sakai, they have demonstrated adequate staffing levels. Overall, Umalusi is satisfied that the 4 assessment bodies have implemented measures to ensure adequate resources are in place for managing the examinations. However, I emphasize that the DBE continues to face challenges related to staff shortages, while contingency plans are in place for the upcoming examinations. Umalusi urges the department to work towards a sustainable solution to address this issue for future examination cycles, ensuring long-term stability in examination administration.
CEO Dr. Mafura Kometsi said they are pleased that the assessment bodies have done all they can to uphold the credibility of the exams.
The highlighted areas of concern are not systemic and therefore will not put the overall credibility and integrity of the 2024 examinations in jeopardy. All the concerns have been brought to the attention of the relevant heads of department in the provinces and the Directors General of the Department of Basic Education and the Department of Higher Education and Training, the CEOs of the IB and Sakai, for the corrective actions to be taken before the start of the examinations.
Meanwhile, the Basic Education Department says they always ensure the exams are not compromised and measures are in place to address the concerns of Umalusi.
We are operating under fiscal constraints, so we are working to ensure that the national examinations is not compromised. The Minister is busy with the process at the moment, together with provinces, to ensure that the impact of the budget cuts does not affect examinations in particular. So in the discussions with the Minister of Finance and National Treasury, the issue of human resources, particularly when it comes to examinations, is one of those that are going to be considered very seriously, because we don't want to compromise the quality of the education that we are giving to the children, but we also don't want to compromise the very process of certification at the grade 12 level, which gives young people an opportunity to get a job. So we want to do everything in our power to protect the sector as a whole, but exams in particular.
Provincial Education Departments say they are ready to administer the 2024 National Senior Certificate Examinations, which begin on the 21st of October, with candidates writing English at 9 o'clock. The KwaZulu-Natal Education Department has over 172,000 full-time candidates and 18,019 part-time candidates. The province examination system is the biggest in the country, with over 6,300 invigilators and 6,710 examination rooms. According to the MEC, the province will print 120 question papers, which will total 130 million prints. In Gauteng, MEC Matume Chilwane has urged communities, parents and guardians to support the Matric class of 2024.
What I want to urge communities, parents, families across is that this is a very, very important process and a sensitive period for our children. This is an examination that takes place after 12 years, plus for some. They've worked all their lives to really get to this point. So for those dates, for that period, from the 21st of October to the 28th of November, we are urging parents to really give our children space, to really focus on the examination, no disturbance, just support. That includes communities. Let's support. We are urging communities that even if they want to disrupt a strike for water or electricity, whatever they want to strike for, keep away from our schools. Our children are writing exams. Our children must be focused. So we are urging communities, and we're appealing rather to communities that let's give our kids support across. And this cuts across, including those in grades below than 12. Children are writing exams. Schools should not be disrupted for whatever reason that they feel should inform their disruption of schools. And that will not be tolerated.
Northwest Education MEC Viola Mutsumi says the province has also been given the green light by Umalusi.
I must indicate that our learners are ready. We assure you that by the 18th or 19th, all of them will be receiving their admin letters. And I must indicate that so far we do have 44,998 candidates all in all. When I subtract the 2 candidates, one in Bujanala, one in Nagamuti. We are having 449 exam centers. I can assure you that all of them, they are compliant. I must indicate that we are struggling in terms of these fly-by-night schools. In most instances, we are binded by law, but when it comes to examinations, we must accommodate them. But we are trying our level best to have our own awareness to our parents to assist us in making sure that when they register, they must verify with the Department of Education.
Now, when we return, we hear the message the minister has for district directors. Do stay tuned. Are you moving house or office? Need a reliable and professional company to assist? Look no further. Setewa Logistics is the one for you. With over 5 years' experience in home and office removals, Setewa Logistics operates throughout South Africa and promises to transport your belongings carefully with ease and proficiency at an affordable price. Contact Setewa Logistics today. Call 071-950-1148 for more information. Alternatively, send an email on info@setewagroup.com. Setewa Logistics, moving goods safely from point A to B. Minister Siviwe Kwahube, Deputy Minister Dr. Regina Mhaule, and Director General Matanzima Mweli continue to crisscross the country on a listening and learning tour. They were recently in the Northwest and were welcomed by the Provincial Education MEC Viola Mutsumi. The tour is part of the Minister's nationwide initiative to gain a deeper understanding of the education sector across all 9 provinces, with a particular focus on identifying the unique challenges, opportunities, ambitions, and priorities that each provincial education sector faces. She said she is hopeful that the province will do well in this year's Matric results.
Times get tough, you get upset with one another, but remind yourselves of what the goal is. The goal is to take the small province, the small mining province, and put it on the map. And make sure that the children who come from here can say, I went to a good school. Regardless of the fact that it was a Quintal 1, Quintal 2, Quintal 3 school, it was a good school where my province made sure that now look at where I am. I'm able to be a mining exec because I come from a province that cared about education. And so I want to encourage you, as we are 7 days away from Matric exams, to say that I look forward to the battle of the districts. So to see which one will be the best. You must compete with yourself, but not with others. And so set your targets and keep your eye on the prize. And really, I want to encourage you to say there are green shoots that are coming from this province. We've not come from an easy place, but the green shoots are showing. Keep at it, because something right here is happening. And so I look forward to seeing many of you at the Matric exams and the results announcement, because I have no doubt in my mind that there will be students that will come from this province who will be one of the top achievers. And so, colleagues, lastly to say, in me and the Deputy Minister, as I said to the MEC, you are the ones who are at the core face of delivering education. In the two of us, you have an ally, people who will push you, but people who will also support you, and people who will make the case for you when we need to.
The Department of Basic Education, in partnership with the Department of Health and Unilever's Lifebuoy brand, celebrated Global Handwashing Day 2024 at Fred Magadi Primary School in yesterday's Pretoria. The day is dedicated to increase awareness and understanding about the importance of hand washing with soap as an effective and affordable way to prevent diseases. Global Hand Washing Day is designed to foster and support a global and local culture of hand washing with soap, shine a spotlight on the state of hand washing around the world, and raise awareness about the benefits of hand washing with soap. Thank you for putting the future of our children first. Those were the words from Basic Education Minister Sibue Gwahube during her first meeting with district directors from across the country. The meeting took place at the department's headquarters in Pretoria, where the minister reminded the district directors that they work in a partnership to ensure the policies set come to fruition.
You, the directors of our education district offices, are the stewards of our nation's educational aspirations. Every day you work tirelessly to ensure that the national education policies are translated into meaningful action at a school level. You provide guidance, you provide oversight, and you provide support to the schools in your districts. You are the ones who intervene when schools struggle, who celebrate when they succeed, and the ones who ensure the needs of the learners and the teachers are met. However, I'm also acutely aware that this is no easy task. Our schools face diverse and complex challenges, from resource constraints that many of you know about and has been the topic of media discussion in our country, from resource constraints to infrastructure problems to socio-economic disparities, the emergence of disruptive technologies, and the rise of crime and unsafe environments in our schools. These are some of the things that are facing the people that you work with. Infrastructure to the kind of educators feeling unsafe in their schools, and these are the things that are then brought to your door. Often with you not necessarily having the answer at hand. And yet, despite these hurdles, you continue to make sure that our basic education system moves forward and that you are striving for excellence. And this makes your work, for me, not just an administrative task, but a transformative one. It makes your job not just an administrative one, but a leadership one. Because leadership is being able to lead people even in the midst of very difficult circumstances. And so, as a minister, it's my duty to ensure that you are not navigating these challenges alone.
Provinces across the country continue to receive practical guidelines and training from officials from the Department of Basic Education on how to implement the Basic Education Laws Amendment Act. This, of course, follows the signing of the then bill into law by President Cyril Ramaphosa, despite some criticism from members of the Government of National Unity and civil society organization. The President suspended the implementation of clauses 4 and 5 for 3 months as stakeholders deliberate those clauses. James Ndlebe, while in the Free State, questioned why learners were not being taught in their mother tongue.
They're not isiXhosa in the school. Because somebody decided that the language policy of this school is going to be Sesotho as a 3rd grade type of a language. Somebody has decided that only English and Afrikaans are going to be the main language spoken in this school. And you look at this school, it's full of black faces who are either Xhosa and Sesotho speaking children. And they are not able to do their mother tongue. When are they going to be taught mother tongue? You're getting into the essence of that clause of home language and admission policies.
He also explained the definition of grade R as per the Act and how it will be implemented.
So you don't say, oh, you are 6 years old, it's fine, go into grade 1. It means when this Act kicks in, you're not going to take children into grade 1 anymore. They'll all have to go back to R. That is the implication. Before you ask me questions, let me clarify this. The Act is coming into law now when we have dealt with our admission processes. We have closed admissions. And the implication is that we may not want to tamper with it. It came in when we were not ready. So HOD, we can cheat. There are other opposition to the implementation of the BELA bill that says, you don't even have money to introduce grade R. How the hell do you think you'll implement it? The question is, where were we going to get money when we didn't have a law? Because you can't put post-establishment, you don't have a law for that. You can't build grade R classes with small toilets because there was no law for that. It waited for the Act to be passed, so that when the Act is passed, probably money will start coming into that. Now, you get a lot of people with placards saying you're taking our jobs. We used to run creches, we used to run these things in community centers, and now you're saying grade R must go to school. The Act did not say that. We never said stop all those home and all those centers and creches that are there. We never said stop them. They can continue as long as, Mr. Mukhobo, you know what they're teaching.
That's how we end this bulletin on the DBE TV News YouTube channel, the Department of Basic Education's YouTube channel, and on OpenView channel 122. Do remember to send through your stories or comments by contacting us on our X page handle at DBE TV News and on Facebook, DBE TV News. Before we go, the exam season is upon us. All the best to the Matric class of 2024. Thank you for watching.